if Ravina would summon it up then in the first one. She didn't have to go through all that bullshit.
Well, actually, I think like you have to say the little, like to say the ruins, in order to bind the spirit of the mirror to you, so they do what you want them to do. They tell you what you want to know.
You want to know where I'm going to poke a massive hole in that? Ravina never said that in the first movie.
Well, apparently it was already bound to her. All she needed to do was just summon up with mirror, mirror on the wall.
Mostly because that makes a lot more sense than saying mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all. Because that line's the fuck out of nowhere. And it doesn't make any sense. Like, Elsa's not showing any care about this. She doesn't give a shit. Why would she say this line? She didn't give a shit who's fair or who's not. Why wouldn't she say mirror, mirror on the wall? Oh, show me how to make them fall. Speaking of Snow White's kingdom. That makes sense. That actually sounds kind of apocalyptic. Sounds cool. No, we gotta say a stupid mirror, mirror on the wall, who's fairest of all? Because we tell you go with the original. That we didn't watch it. Oh, God, these fucking writers, I swear. They just took Buzz parts. And they're like, oh, well, people didn't like Kristen Stewart, so we're going to cut her out. We'll put Chris Hemsworth the main star. But we're really not going to have him in the main star. Most of it's going to be Emily Blunt doing a Kristen Stewart impersonation, which was insufferable. It's like Emily Blunt is capable of great emotion. I've seen her in Edge of Tomorrow, in Adjustment Bureau. I've seen her do very good work. And this, she is so bored.
I actually liked her in this.
She is awful in this movie. It is surprising just how bad she puts forth any no effort into this. And yes, you could say it's like, well, she's traumatized, but it's not anger. She just looks dull.
Like I said, like she's supposed to be dead inside.
But then wouldn't she be angry? Because anger is what eventually sparked her powers coming forth. You know, just pure rage. I mean, otherwise she's...
Well, after that one fit she had, like, she was just emotionally dead inside and was like, screw it.
And incapable of showing any face
sucks.
other than dull surprise.
She's the Ice Queen. She has to be cold and distant.
Hell, even Frozen, for its suckitude, at least had Elsa have emotions still. Even though she wanted to be distant from people. She had to distance herself emotionally. Hell,
so
if Frozen fucking actually got something right over this piece of dog shit, at least Elsa still had freaking emotion. Elsa still, she was torn over the fact she wasn't able to see her sister. She was torn over the fact she couldn't really be with anybody. And she still would get angry. She still would do this. Emily Blunt just looks like she doesn't care. So why is she bothering to conquer? Just because she can? It's not giving her anything. It's not empowering her. It's not doing anything. There's just not a point to any of it. That's the biggest problem I have. Is like, why does this happening? And that's the big problem. This movie just doesn't want to explain why it's happening, or give me a decent reason for why it's happening. Ugh. But I guess we can finish the movie off here and talk about.
I say I want to wrap this up.
Yeah, well,
or at least try
but we'll
to.
say that at the very end you get your final fight scene where Venus shows, "Ah, yes, I did kill your child." Whoa!
Yeah, most of the stuff in the trailer.
Yeah, it's like you see anything with Ravina and Emily Blunt in it, it is all over the trailer. That is the fight scene there. It is short. It is really badly done because CGI sucks ass in this movie.
I actually didn't mind it. I thought it was pretty cool looking.
That CGI was awful. I mean, it's bad that you make a movie that is quite a few years old, Day After Tomorrow, which has CGI. You make that movie look like a fucking masterpiece in terms of CGI. Like, it needed to be Academy Award winning. I mean, that's something. It's like the CGI just looked like she was spraying jizz everywhere. It was weird. It's like, ice is clear, not white. I don't care what you think. It's like, hell, again, some Frozen got right. Ice is clear, it's not white.
Well, if it's frosty enough, it appears white.
For it to be frosty, it has to have a slight bit of melting to it. Science for you folks. But, well, anyway, but they have this big fight. And the part at the end, I was laughing at, because it's hilarious, even though it's not meant to be hilarious. Emily Blunt dies, because Ravina's like, I can't trust you, clank! Shoots Scorpion's spear through her abdomen.
Yeah.
And somehow Emily Blunt still lives enough to where she can make the mirror cold, so that way Chris Hemsworth's able to throw his axe and break it. Never mind the fact it's still a magical artifact, and last I checked, the only way you could really defeat Ravina was if you were Snow White. Hey, why pay attention to your original shit you wrote in the first movie? Because they're just kind of break continuity again. It's like, oh, we just made
Well, they didn't happen to have
butthole.
Kristen Stewart handy, so they had to make do with what they got.
Yeah, but it was...
They destroy the mirror, the source for power.
Although, you could tell, it's like, her ravens flew off beforehand, and she's still gold ravens.
Yeah, it was a gold, like an owl, though.
It's your raven... I think it's supposed to be ravens. Because remember, like,
yeah, it was like a
Emily
gold...
Blunt's is owl. Yeah, she uses an ice
a
owl.
gold bird flying, like, at you at the screen.
Yeah. I will say, Emily Blunt has, like, this little ice owl thing she uses to, like, peer at people. It is hilarious every time it pops up, because she has this stupid
surprised you haven't
mask
brought
on.
the mask on. The mask.
It's like she's going, I see ya! It is so hilarious watching her. It's like, hey? It's pretty funny. But, like I said, Ravina is defeated-ish. Emily Blunt's dead, and then they're like, oh, we'll free all the kids so they can go back to their kids. Their mothers and fathers and daughters.
They've all been slaughtered.
Yeah, all their families are fucking dead. They have been killed. So it's like, they're all just, yay! Where you can go to? Everyone you know is dead. Your families are all dead. Who do you have? No one. There you go. We have 7,000 orphans now. It is unintentionally really hilarious. It's like...
Of course, I wonder what's going to happen to all those kingdoms now. That's what I have to kind of wonder. I'm not so much...
They were soon afterwards called Westeros.
I know it's weird. It's like, I'm not so much worried about what's going to happen to the damn orphans. Like, somebody is going to end up taking care of them.
And eating them.
What do you think?
Did you ever see Hansel and Gretel?
I would say, you think you're going to get the Wicked Witch from Hansel and Gretel?
Oh, yeah. They already drug enough fairy tales in theaters. Why not drug an actually really damn fun movie through the mud, too? Oh, but yeah, that's the end of the movie. Credits.
There's no end credit scene, just to let y'all know.
Yeah, there's nothing at the end. It's like...
Not that we stayed for it.
I couldn't sit there this movie. It's like fucking long-ass credits. It's funny, the movie says 154 minutes long. 154 minutes long. It's well over 2.5 hours. But it says it's an hour and 54 minutes long. This, I will say this much, this movie is actually like an hour and 45 minutes long. But there's long-ass credits. I'm not gonna sit there with fucking credits. Can't miss your Science Theater 30,000 and shit out of it. Love to, but can't. No, I was like, yeah, fuck it, just go. I was like, if there's an after credits, I don't care. I'm not seeing another one. Oh, but since we need to wrap this up, since we've gone on far too long.
Well, one more thing I was going to add.
Oh yeah, what's that?
Well, like I kind of mentioned this as we were watching it, but it's like you talking about the ice being white. It's like I kind of like the contrast of like the white ice and Charlize being gold after she came out of the mirror. It's like it was a nice contrast. Like it was. I mean,
for the 5 minutes it was on screen. So to be fair, it's like it's just there for a little bit.
True, but it's like I said, it was a nice contrast. Like it's like almost kind of a silver and gold kind of thing. It kind of went together, but at the same time, it's like it showed just how much Ravenna like does just not belong in that kingdom. It's not. It's like this is not her kingdom. This is. But she tried to take over. It's like hello.
She tried to take over because Emily Blunt had about the characteristics of a wooden plank. So, what would you give this movie if you were to give it 1 through 10?
Okay, I know I said I liked it better than the first one, and I ended up giving the first one an 8.5. I give this one like a
8.6.
No, more like an 8, maybe a 7.5.
Wow, you went down, huh?
Yeah, like I said, like I like this one better than the first one, but it's like it just. I don't know. It's like you point out some of the problems with it. It's like
I'm a bit of a nitpicker. So I mean that probably doesn't help. But some of the things like I wasn't gonna sit there and like try and nitpick was like, sorry to interrupt you, but like about like the goblins. Like I'm not gonna hold that completely against. I'm gonna hold against it the.
One nitpick I'm gonna hold against it is the damn brother.
Oh, Finn.
Yeah,
not
like,
being in it at all.
Or like not even being mentioned.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. It's like,
yeah, it's like, if you think about it, it's like, they mentioned in the first one that Finn was there every time she conquered the kingdom. And in this movie, they said that every time she conquered a kingdom, her sister, Emily Blunt, was always by her side.
Maybe
it's like,
Finn had a sex change.
And somehow survived.
Yeah, somehow survived getting impaled.
Maybe that's how maybe that's the only way he could survive, by becoming a girl.
Yeah, and that's how he was able to see. That's how he was able to see the wife dying.
I think we just solved the plot hole. I think we just filled the plot hole in.
Filled the plot hole in with really shitty cement is what we did.
Hey, it'll hold, I guess.
Yeah, until something that's above the weight of a bicycle rolls over it.
Oh, and I was right also about the mirror being part of the Evil Queen's resurrection.
Yeah, I mean, that was kind of a given. Especially the more you see the trailers, you're like, she looks like
like this gold liquid just pouring out of the mirror. It's like, and then,
oh, baby.
Yeah, Ravenna like being covered in gold, which I thought was like really pretty on her.
I mean, that was like one of the few like kind of decent effects in the movie.
Yeah, it's like her makeup and her wardrobe was like actually pretty good. I'll give her that.
Oh, to be fair, she had like 2 costumes in the whole movie.
Well, I more like admired the makeup. Like I like the little gold flecks. Like just like that was pretty.
Oh yeah, but they had to do all that.
I'm a girl. I know shit like that.
Well, I noticed. Let's say I have a penis.
You just didn't care that much, though. I know.
Well, I didn't care because I checked out this movie rather quickly, and I know people are like, oh, you should have put more effort into.
Yeah, I was like, I kept looking over at him like that was.
Yeah, there's a lot of this.
I was like, honey, I love you. Could you please stay on your side of the truck? It's hot.
I know. I'm trying not to lean up against you, but yeah, it's like. Yeah, I know. Like I guess I know I'm nitpicking a little here and there, but like what I'm really holding against this movie is just like the main character. I don't give a shit about any of them. Chris Hemsworth, he somehow is really doe-eyed throughout this entire thing. Like just when Jessica Chastain shows back up, he's just there. It's like, it's bad because Chris Hemsworth still puts up a decent performance, but he's just like, oh, you're back, hey. Even when she like is really angry with him, he's still like majorly trying to get back together with her and everything.
He's like, you're my wife, I love you, and turns out you're alive, so let's get back together.
Yeah, let's get together and have 80 kids.
That would, like, I can totally sympathize with that.
Yeah, but it's to the point to where he is like putting himself constantly in mortal danger.
Just to impress her?
Yeah, it seems that way. It's like, dude, I think, because the thing that eventually breaks her.
Throughout history, guys have done stupid shit just to impress a girl.
This is Thor, damn it. But the thing that
you don't think a god is prone to like doing stupid stuff to impress a girl?
Oh yeah, Thor did plenty of stupid shit, but usually it's just because on his own behalf, because Thor's an arrogant asshole.
Well, you have to be a little arrogant in this. It's like, oh yeah, I know, I'm awesome.
But like one of the things like that eventually makes her fall in love or fall back in love with him, because originally she was just angry with him, and it's a stupid heel turn for her, which is she sees the necklace she originally gave to him that said she's married to him. It's like, okay, literally, dude, you have been carrying this around on you since she showed back up, and you never... Look, I still hold it next to my heart. Never mind the fact that my true love is actually Snow White, because obviously true love broke the curse of the apple, so you make another fucking plot hole.
That's another thing we forgot to bring up. Apparently Snow White, from the scenes of it, ended up marrying William.
Yeah, that came the fuck out of nowhere. I was like, wait, what?
Well, because he's dressed up very regally.
Yeah, and he even calls him my lord.
Yeah.
It's like,
well, he is a duke's son. But...
Yeah, but if I'm mistaken, duke's sons don't inherit technically a title or anything like that to be called my lord till they inherit the throne. The throne of either the duke or whatever.
The title?
Yeah. I'm not very brushed up on my royalty and how the...
Nobility.
Yeah, and all that works. But it's like, still, it's like, he's gonna call him my lord, and all of a sudden I call him William, only if he's married to Kristen Stewart.
Well, and also he's dressed up really fancy, like a little bit fancier for, like a little
just
too,
duke.
yeah, but a little too fancy for a duke's son or even a duke. Like, sounds like, yeah, they don't really.
They really don't explain that. It's just there. But I'm inferring that's probably him married.
Yeah, and also he mentions like, oh, Snow White is ill. You know, she can't tear herself away from the mirror. I was like, well, how would he know that unless he was like living at the castle?
Yeah.
That's how I figure.
Yeah, boning her or something like that. Yeah, so it really...
I guess Finnick served a purpose after all.
Yeah. Just delivers the queen her meat. But, yeah, this movie's just... There's a lot of weird plot holes, stranger. I wasn't expecting that. I will give the movie that much it surprised me with. The rest of it, though, if you have seen it, Charles, you have seen this movie. I mean, that's the other really bad parts. This trailer spoiled the shit out of this movie.
That's a pet peeve I have. A lot of trailers nowadays, it's like they give away the entire damn movie in the trailer.
Yeah.
Especially like all the really cool stuff or the plot twists or anything. It's like,
yeah, that'd be like,
it's all usually in the trailer trying to get you to like entice you to see it.
Yeah,
it's like you're giving it away. I'm sorry.
Like with Force Awakens, like if you show Han just getting right through, spoilers. But hey, I haven't said spoilers anyway. Well, yeah, it'd be like that.
You were going to say spoilers earlier in the video.
But I mean, it's one of those things where it's like, y'all spoiled this movie with your fucking trailers. Y'all way overdid it. And it's bad because, like, I guess it's because they knew this movie was not very good. Because, like, the only parts they really showed was the end fight, pretty much.
Yeah, they tried to play up, like the really cool CGI. Well, he's cool looking to me.
And CGI's coming, it's a little bad here and there.
And, the fight scene, the action. It's like they tried to play that up.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, but...
Yeah, I couldn't get into this movie at all. And it's bad because I really enjoyed the first one. Is it one of my favorite movies of all time? No, but I would say it's probably, if I were to make like a top 10 favorite fairy tales, I would
You enjoy it enough to own it.
Yeah, I enjoy it plenty to own it. Hell, it's one of those movies that, like, I would always buy brand new. Like, if I had something happened to my disc, I would get a new one. I would buy a new. I'd buy them. Hell, I'd almost buy it again on Blu-ray. Just have it on Blu-ray. I have a regular DVD because I'm a plebe. But yeah, this second movie though, oh my god, they fucked every bit of everything with the first movie. Make massive plot holes. Over-explain shit that didn't need to be explained. Because no offense, everything when it came to dealing with the training and all that added nothing to this movie. It literally felt like, oh, you know what, we're kind of explaining the new queen. Let's teach you that the Huntsmen were trained assassin warrior people because they were stuff of the evils. Thanks. This totally needed to take up 20 minutes. But yeah, if you want to know what my score number would be, it'd be a hard 2. Good.
That
2.
low?
Oh yeah.
I was thinking it'd be a little bit higher than that, like a 4.
4 was Jungle Book. Jungle Book was just had the crime of being not very interesting and Mowgli being horrible. But see, at least Jungle Book did have some fucking fantastic CGI at times and some great voice work. Especially Christopher Walken, who was awesome. Even though he fit in like a square through the circle hole. He sits out so weird. Still, but yeah, this movie's just a piece of shit. It's a steaming pile of shit. So Superman vs. Batman bad. But it's pretty bad.
Yeah, it's hard to top that.
Yeah, but so you can't top that pile of suck.
Suicide Squad probably is gonna try.
I hope it doesn't.
Yeah, I hope it's gonna be at least slightly better.
I hope it's just mediocre at least. I want...
Yeah, I was like, I'm not too big on Suicide Squad, the characters.
Yeah.
It's like I'm at least somewhat familiar with them thanks to like Smallville and Arrow. But I'm hoping this is gonna be better than Batman vs Superman.
Like I said, I got really low expectations. I just want the movie to at least be mediocre. My God, just at least be mediocre. I'm getting so worn out by this Warner Brothers film franchise. And it's like, please, I don't need you to be good. I don't even want you to be decent. I just want mediocre. 5. I just want a 5. I'll put up with it, especially if it's a decent building block. I don't think it's gonna be. But yeah, we'll see y'all next week. Probably more like anything is going to be Ratchet and Clank, a movie I'm so looking forward to because I love those games.
Well, I'll see that or Mother's Day, and
I ain't gonna be fucking Mother's Day. No, Mother's Day doesn't come out next week. I don't care what anybody says. Actually, it's either gonna be Ratchet and Clank or it's gonna be Keanu. So we're gonna watch a furry Lombax with a robot, or we're gonna be watching a furry kitty with 2 morons. So we got a weird combination. So we'll see y'all later, everybody.